Good afternoon. Can Mars occupy Earth? Fiction novel. Understanding human behavior by fiction assumption. Author and solo acting Ahmed Gaber abdelhamid. Episode 77. In the accountant room, Marsoon and Marsana start the experimental for the Martian who will be accountant. We have to tell the Martian lives inside the worker to put the meat dish on the shelf beside the door. Marsan said, what will make the human put the dish on the shelf, not on the table as usual? Marsoon said, we just tell the Martian. Maybe he has a reason. Marsan said, they went to the Martian who lives inside the worker, who bring the food to the accountant room. We want you, while serving the food in the lunch hour, to the accountant to put one meat dish on the shelf beside the door, Marsan said. But why will the human obey me? I have to convince him, Marsan said. You think how to make him convinced. We do not have an idea, Marsan said. Before the lunch hour, the Martian inside worker start thinking deep to make the human think it is his thoughts. I need to make something different, any adventure to kill the time. I think there is one from the accountant do not like the meat. I will test him. Once I enter the room of accountant, I will put one meat dish on the shelf beside the door. After they finish, I will take the meat dish from the shelf. Then I will eat it. It is something to break the time. The human convinced that it is his thought. He also think it is not big issue, just a light adventure. The worker carried the tray. At the lunch hour, he moved to the accountant room. He found the door is already open. He didn't knock the door. As every day, he entered the room. The four humans are deeply concentrated in their work. He found it is suitable to make the strange thing. He put the meat dish on the shelf beside the door. He continued to the table. He put the remaining dishes on the table. Then he returned to the kitchen. Once the three accountants and the manager sat to the table, the Martian went to the table. He stood front of the accountant who sat front of the missing meat dish. He shouted, your dish there, beside the door. The Martian moved left and right. He stood in each place the human looking for. He pointed by his finger to the place. The dish is there. The accountant suddenly looked to the dish on the shelf, like if he heard the Martian. Once he moved to the door and took the dish, the Martian entered his body. You was great today. You become restaurant accountant, Marsoon said. Divide your time between worker and accountant. But after restaurant working time, return with the worker to his home. Accountant is a very different step in Martian future on Earth. Martian said, thank you. See you next episode.